Hello, Stevies. So we're gonna jump on the interstate here, the same place we jumped on the interstate on the Fury, and we're gonna do a little comparison. Of course, it's a little bit colder now than when I did it on the Fury, but that's all right. We can make it happen. So, I mean, with the ape hangers, I'm fighting the wind a lot more than I did on the Fury, just because my body's more upright and I'm leaning back more. But that, I don't know, that's not really a problem. I was full on into a wind when we were doing it with the Fury. Well, one big advantage that the Harley's got over the Honda is this right here. Cruise control. That is a big time game changer. Love cruise control. Man, I won't be doing 85 all the damn time either when I look down. Then I look down, I'm doing 85. It's kind of like apples to oranges though. It's not really a fair comparison. One of them is a cruiser, the other one's a touring bike. But it's the motorcycles that I have. So I'm comparing the two motorcycles that I have. And this one by far, it rides smoother. Now this one vibrates a lot more because it's got the shake 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 Harley motor, which I like. Another thing it's got bigger tires, so it rides the groove better. You know what I'm saying, if that makes any sense. It doesn't get thrown around as easy. This bike isn't stretched out like the Honda Fury is, so it's a little bit easier to manage. Not that there's anything wrong with taking the Honda Fury down the interstate, but if I was to compare the two, this one hands down is better. But it's supposed to be. If this bike wasn't better than the Fury going down the interstate, I would have to get rid of it, because there is no point in even having it anymore then. Right. Why aren't you people moving into the right lane? I had the same discussion with the Fury. People wouldn't move over into the right lane. I don't understand what everybody's so afraid of the right lane for me, but now I've really got to look out for douches like this guy riding down the center lane, not doing the speed limit. All you're going to do is get other people hit. Just staring super hard. Super hard! On the RoadKing, I can stretch out. I got highway pegs, I got running boards, I can move my feet all over the place. I can always change my leg position. There's always something that I can move if I get uncomfortable. On the Fury, you got the forward controls. That's all you've got. Unless you're tall enough to put your heels up on top of the pegs, which I'm not. No need to make fun of me. But one thing I will say with the Fury, you're hunched over just a little bit, almost in the 3/4 position, and that makes a big difference for how much wind hits you. Now, yes, I know, but Stevie, just put the windshield on it. Yeah, I get it. I would put the windshield on if it was a little bit colder, and if you guys didn't have to look through it. If you guys would look over the windshield, I'd put it on. And if I had a windshield that short, might as well not even have it. So that's 1 point for the Fury. Another point for the Fury, it's louder. I think people would hear you better. Of course, going down the interstate, you're not really going to hear a bike coming up on you. You'll hear it when it goes by you, and you'll hear it when it passes you, but man, it is windy! But yeah, the ride, there's no comparison on the ride. I mean, the RoadKing rides a lot better, especially on higher speeds, and it's got a 6-speed, so it's, you know, the motor's not wrapped out near as much. Get off your phone, lady! Wow! Huh, not even trying to hide it. It is so windy out, man. I'm getting a workout holding on. My fingers are starting to get a little bit chilly. Rub them together. What are you looking at? I mean, if that's all you've got is the Fury, that's great. But I don't know. I think this is obviously a better choice for riding up and down the interstate. I'm going to do a little bit longer trip on the Fury though this summer. I'm going to see just what it's like, you know, to go on a longer trip. You had to wear a backpack. You know, there's nowhere to put any storage or anything like that. So I have to wear a backpack, and oh, we'll see. We'll see what that's like. That, and I just want an excuse to go on a trip. How about that? But yeah, with cruise control, man, I mean, you just, you know, just take your hands off the bars, and which I do not recommend everybody do. And just let it glide. One of the things I love about a touring bike, and one of the things I love about a Harley. That Fury is nice, but there's just nothing that compares to this. It is a hell of a lot colder today than it was when I did the Fury ride down the interstate. That is for sure. I don't want to get off. The comparisons aren't, I mean, they're night and day difference, I guess. This thing is comfortable. The Fury is comfortable also. The Fury has its pros on the interstate, but I mean, it doesn't outweigh the checklist that you could put for the Harley. I mean, and I don't want to, you know, talk horrible about that Fury by any means. That's a great bike. This is just better for doing stuff like this. Now that Fury is nice for Miss Stevie because it's lower to the ground, it's a lighter bike, it's easier for her to ride. A starter bike, yes, a starter bike is important. You don't just want to jump on the biggest thing and learn on it. That's obvious. So windy, I don't know if you guys can see if the stabilization on the GoPro is taking it out or not, how much this wind is throwing me around. But it is windy. But that says a lot for these Wilson leather gloves. I mean, it's in the 40s. I've been doing 80 mile an hour down the interstate for quite a few miles now. The tops of my fingers are getting a little bit cold, but it's manageable. It's not like cold to the point where I want to pull over. Even though I am going to pull off up here, but that's got nothing to do with it. Yeah, okay, so I will say that trip felt faster to me on the RoadKing than it did on the Fury. And as I look down, and I'm doing 85 again. I don't know why. I wasn't staring at mile markers and stuff like that. I was just kicking back and chilling. You know what I'm saying? I wish I'd have not waited so long to go to a full face helmet. I really, really like this full face helmet. That is a game changer. I used to ride in the cold like this, and I'd try to put a face mask over my face and wear a half helmet. That was not as effective as this full face is. I saw a dude. You know, Miss Stevie does someday want to upgrade to a Harley. She didn't want to learn on a Harley. She wanted to learn on something else. So we found that Honda at, you know, a fraction of the price of a Harley Davidson. But I really think that I will want to keep that bike and not trade it in when she wants to upgrade to a Harley, just because I want to keep it around for me. Hello, Santa. everybody, that is the little bit of a comparison between the Harley Davidson RoadKing and the Honda Fury. They're both great bikes. They both handled it very well. This one just handled it a little bit better than the other. So everybody stay cool, and we will see you on the road.